Kia ora, I'm Shelby, and this is a story about Laurence Shirley, 4th Earl Ferrers. So Laurence Shirley inherited the title of the 4th Earl Ferrers in 1745 following the death of his uncle Henry, the 3rd Earl, who had been confined to a lunatic asylum. On 16th of September 1752, he married Mary Meredith. They had no children, and Ferrers locked Mary in a house in Stanton Herald in Leicestershire until a warrant was issued for her release. This was typical of Ferrers, who had a violent streak in him. He was also prone to paranoia and generally unbalanced behaviour. After one argument, his family considered having him sectioned. Following his separation from his wife in 1758, Ferrers' estates were placed in the hands of trustees. A servant called John Johnson was appointed rent collector. Ferrers developed a irrational hatred of the man, believing that he had swindled him out of a lucrative coal mining contract. On 18th of January 1760, Ferrers made Johnson kneel before him and shouted, quote, "Down on your neck, get on your other knee. Declare that you have acted against Lord Ferrers. Your time is come, you must die," close quote, and then shot him in the stomach. Johnson died 17 hours later at 9 a.m. on the following day. 9 hours of pain from a gunshot sounds... couldn't imagine that. The aftermath, Ferrers was apprehended as he tried to escape, and on 13th of February was cross-examined at the bar of the House of Lords before he was taken as a prisoner to the Tower of London. After 2 months and 2 days in the Tower, Ferrers' trial began on 16th of April in Westminster Hall. His family urged him to claim that he was insane at the time of the crime. The following day, his peers found Ferrers guilty of felony and murder, and on 18th of April, the Keeper of the Great Seal, Robert, 1st Baron Henley, acted as Lord High Steward, sentenced him to death. He asked to be beheaded, as was his right as a nobleman, but was refused. Ferrers was driven to Tyburn in his own landau drawn by 6 horses, wearing a suit of white and silver that he had been married in. Ferrers was hanged on 5th of May at Tyburn Gallows. Despite the legend, he was not hanged with a silk rope. King George III gave permission, but one could not be found at the time. He stood on a collapsible platform, a forerunner of the trapdoor, wearing a white cap and with his arms bound by a black sash. The 45 centimetre, which is around about 18 inches, drop designed to break Ferrers' neck rather than strangle him was too short, leaving his toes touching the boards. He took 4 minutes to die, even with the executioner and his assistant pulling on his legs to quicken the demise. Anatomists dissected the body at Surgeons' Hall and then put it on public display for 3 days before it was buried under the belfry at St. Pancras. He was reinterred at Staunton Herald on 3rd of June 1782. Ferrers left £1,000 to each of his 4 daughters and £60 per year to his mistress, Margaret Clifford, and 1,300 for the children of his victim. What a dick. Lock her up. And yeah, what a dick. Anyway, that is Laurence Shirley, and I hope you enjoyed that story. Please stay safe and please subscribe.